Hey, to the north, there's another. I just got this rolled in real quick today, or just actually in the past half hour. It's a 78 CJ7 fiberglass body. It's actually a friend of mine I grew up with. He wants this repainted. I don't know if he's going to change the color or not, but I want to start stripping it down tonight. Took the spare tire carrier off. Gotta take the bumper off. That's where the end of that slips on there, and tighten that nut. Okay, so the top's coming off tomorrow. We're gonna put it in the doors. They're not going back on. It's getting a soft top and soft doors that are like down to here, something like that, down to that body line. But anyways, I'll probably only put this video only on YouTube because it'll be a few minutes longer for Instagram or anything. But I wanted to put a little bit up on this Jeep. There's some good money stuck in it. It has a nice interior, nice console. Nothing fancy on the headliner, of course. But I mean, that dash and gauges, radio, seats are just dusty from sitting around. And see if I can get these seats to come up or not with one hand. Probably not. But anyways, there you go. Cup holder is all padded, wrapped in vinyl to match the seat. Nice carpet. Storage, speakers in the back on both sides. I just wanted to show that back seat from looking from the front to the back. But anyways, it's a pretty cool Jeep. And what do I get under the hood then? But yeah, I think it's pretty badass. More speakers. Cup holder, consoles. It's all dusty, but it's going to be dusty for a good while until I'm done with it here. All new hinges painted, stainless bolts, mirrors. The wheels, of course you can see that from the other side. It's got a big dent across the hood from it being slammed against the windshield. It's a steel hood, and the grill's steel, the fenders are steel, just the tub and the tailgate's fiberglass. The windshield frame, the doors, all that stuff's all steel, but I'd rather it be steel and all that fiberglass. I've done so many of these Jeeps over the years. Steel can't go wrong when you. That actually fits, shuts pretty freaking nice too. But anyways, I wouldn't have put these badges on this Jeep, but it's got a 383 in it, stroker motor. There's a battery disconnect. There it is. Under there. I don't know why it's under, because if you ever take it mud bogging, it's gonna get all caked up. He's got some cool headlights in there already. And another issue I'm working with is, being that cam's in there, there's not just a vacuum canister on it. They put a vacuum canister on here and some kind of crazy ass pump. So what I'm gonna do is unhook it, this vacuum line coming from the master cylinder, the booster, over to here. Who's to say that solenoid there works? I don't know what it's to. It's in line there, but I'm gonna unhook that, long story short, and get back here on the back of the intake somewhere and find a place to put a fitting in and draw a vacuum, and also use that vacuum can. So I put some crazy radical cams and motors already, and I didn't need all this contraption here or whatever the heck it is. Have no clue, never seen one run in my life, and don't care, but I'm going to eliminate it and reroute it the way I normally would route it. And then it needs those spark plug wire holders. Somebody must have been an electrician and just put those straps on with the rubber inside. But somebody spent some not stupid money on it, but good money. Nice radiator set up, a lot of aluminum and stainless. A serpentine belt set up already. Looks like a 7 rib. And probably won't fool with the headers though. See a MSD ignition. A lot of little goodies on it that are. Oh, but it's just got a. Looks like an El Cheapio coil to me. It should have at least would have got a. That's an MSD. Looks like an HEI. I would have put a ready to run on it. And like a Blaster SS coil. But it doesn't matter. It just makes it, I think, a little better spark. But I'll see if I can start it real quick. Probably won't get the good sound as in being, right here. But over the microphone on this, my cell phone. Definitely sounds good. That's for sure. And running rich. That's enough noise. Neighbors already come over when I pulled it inside and asked what the noise was. But this gotta go too, I think. Oh, somebody put a disconnect down here. Kind of goofy if you're gonna ever take it in the mud, which it probably won't be. It needs a better crankcase ventilation system. I just saw all this black grease crap under the hood. Well, it doesn't have a PCV valve in anywhere to evacuate the crankcase. It just has a breather there. And a breather there. No PCV valve nowhere, so it's not sucking that out of the ventilating the crankcase. So it's spraying the fan. Look how black it is from back here. The fan's just blowing that little bit of oil spray all up under the hood and over everything. And then the brake issue too, if eliminating that stupid pump thing there, don't get it. I have already looked up the part number on that master cylinder. That is a front disc with rear drum master cylinder and booster setup. And this is, if you can see it in there or not, it is 4-wheel disc. So there you go. There's the main problem. Why it has brake fade, no power to it at all. So that's going to end up going too. But I still want to eliminate that stupid pump there first and see what happens with it. See if it gets any better. And just leave that junk off. I never seen no crap like that in my life. It looks almost like a RV water pump, if you ask me. But here she is, the old CJ7 with the 383 in it, stroker motor. It does burn the tires off pretty good outside. Some Mickey Thompsons. What the hell size are they? 35, 1250, 15s. Yeah, it burns the 35s off, alright. That's not even an issue there. At least we got plenty of. There's a cigarette butt. It's at least a half a cigarette butt of tread. At least probably like a 1/2 inch of tread. More rubber to burn off. Have fun with it. Oh, I had a guy come in today. I wanted to, don't really want to sell my Suzuki Intruder 800 that I made look like it does, instead of just looking like the Japanese cruiser they were made to be. Kid come in there. Hope he's not just out kicking tires, but there's a truck sitting up the street that gets a bunch of rust repair done to it, and I haven't gotten to it yet because it's really a bucket. I'd be driving it to a junkyard instead of a body shop. It came here first phase with some mechanical work. Well, anyways, the kid wants my Suzuki, and he asked what I wanted for it, and I told him, and he said, well, I take a trade, and he has a 2000 DRZ 400, and the only issue is one of the safeties on it. I told him to check the kickstand and the clutch. If you can't figure it out, he lives I'm in Redline. He's real close, like 2 minutes up the street, 3 minutes is Dallastown. Bring it down, I'll check it out. If I can get it started, I'll swap him. And I've been looking for an enduro bike, and it doesn't have the knobbies on. They're kind of like the in between the cruiser tire and the knobbies. It looks like it has big, wide, flat knobbies on it. Nothing real aggressive. I don't know how you want to explain that, but if you bought a brand new bike that is so-called an enduro bike, dual sport as they call them, it'll have a tire on that's good enough for off-road and on the street in the rain, but just a different tread pattern, kind of like that on the Jeep, but kind of bigger flat blocks like that, but not as deep a tread. But anyways, I've been looking for an enduro, a dual sport bike, and yeah, I'd trade that for a 2000 DRZ 400, as long as it runs. And the kid's going to mess with it, he said, after the weekend. So this is Saturday night. Hopefully it'll bother him to get it done like tonight or tomorrow and ride it up here. It rides in the door here. Sunday you can't do nothing, noters are closed, but if it rides in the door here, I'll trade him. You know what I mean? I just want an enduro bike because I'm not getting rid of the 06 Shadow 600. It only has 6,200 miles on it. 6242 and a tenth. But anyways, I had to uncover everything and get the little pit bike started here. I got to power wash everything off. Once I get the Jeep top ready to take off and put it up in the storage up the street, it's a humongous 2-floor, just like this is. Half the downstairs underground. The top, you drive in the alley off the alley and to drive in the upper floor. But it's a big building and big parking lot. We lease it from another business right behind us. Like actually right there behind us, across the alley. And put some of these parts in so I can get to stripping this Jeep down. I want to get it done. I'm going to Harrisburg tomorrow. There's a guy picked the F-250 up in that golf cart body, loved it. And I don't want to say it all in case they ever find me on YouTube and say something, I say something wrong, but I'm going to look at this El Camino he has, at 83, and he wants body work and paint done sometime or another. And then look at some wiring issues in the golf cart that I painted the body for, and then possibly if I can take care of it there. If not, we're going to trailer it back down here so I can just go over the whole golf cart and rewire it, because a lot of it was just cut. And and then also he wants me to do some repaint some trim and stuff on his son's car tomorrow outside up in Harrisburg. So I'm going to jump on the road tomorrow and drive up there. It's like close to an hour away, so I'll run up and do it. No big deal. That way I get this Jeep out of my way. Maybe I can squeeze in the El Camino. If not, I'll move the other 2 bikes over here, because I got plenty of space for the pit bike. I used to keep it beside the Honda, buried right there. And I have this floor space here for the Triumph. I got to get that motor together so I can get it in the frame. I want to get the thing running soon. And then if I have to, I can put the El Camino up here and keep the Jeep here. They both run, but this is going to be first because you can bring the El Camino whenever I want it. And that's definitely a done deal, that job. I got it. So, yeah, so that's good. Keeps me busy. And keeps me here where I'm at. So years ago, 5 years ago, so I was going to go to Florida, sell everything, load a bike up, which since I had that and got the hard bag, see, I had good intentions. I had tables set up over there to put my cheapy side bags and the luggage rack and everything that's, and like the tour pack they call it, for on the sissy bar rack that's in that box, on this bike and hit the road on that. But I'm going to keep this Honda just because of no miles on it. It's like so low miles. I'll definitely keep this and ride it on the highway. Since I already made this Suzuki the way it is, I don't want to be adding all of it and changing it back to be able to haul shit. So that there, this little 600 Shadow Spirit, the VLX 600 does awesome on the highway. But anyways, there it is. I want to show that little Jeep. I know you aren't a fan of blue, but there's an orange, and the guy might change his mind and wanted another color, which means tearing the front end apart. The doors will already be off in the tailgate, so the hood and grill and fenders will be off as well. We'll see what kind of mess we get into. I hope he just changes it, or just wants me to repaint it. Yeah, the hood, you can probably see how the light glare bends. And right there, that's some marks from smacking the roof. And everything else is decent on it. It's really actually good. And then the fiberglass, of course, that's the only thing wrong with the whole body. And I can stay behind or below the Jeep, the J, and it'll be fine working around that. I won't ever have to cut into it, or even by mistake. It's plenty of room to work. Alright, man. 17 minutes and 40 seconds is long enough. Peace.